Greetings, film fanatics. Filmholmes here, and welcome to another rendition of Too Many Movies. So for this month of October, Halloween month, I've been reviewing a lot of John Carpenter movies. And of course, not all of his movies fit in with the Halloween theme, but I wanted to watch John Carpenter movies. He's one of my favorite directors, and I've reviewed the majority of his movies, and I've got basically 2 more to go, and I'm going to finish them up. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have 2 more to go. I actually have technically 3 more, and then 1 that's kind of a little extra. But 2 of those are going to be in one video, and it's going to be the last one for Halloween. Think you can kind of guess what's going to be that one. I don't know why I keep thinking 2 more. I've got 2 more that really aren't... Well, one's a scary movie, one's... Screw it. Anyway, this one is going to be another John Carpenter movie. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird movie. One of the weirdest ones he made, and that's saying something. But it is kind of a scary movie in its own right. Not a Halloween type movie, but I gotta get all the John Carpenter movies done. At least all the ones I want to. So, in this one, I am going to review John Carpenter's... Woo! That's not the name of the movie. It's actually John Carpenter's They Live, starring Roddy Piper. Let's get to it. Now, I'd always been curious about this movie. I had never seen it. I knew that it was kind of an 80s cult classic, and, you know, I do enjoy professional wrestling, as some of you probably know. Filmholmes doesn't, but somebody else does. But, you know, I love Roddy Piper, and I'd never really seen him as an actor. He didn't do big movies. This was probably the biggest, most successful movie he ever did. But I'd heard great things about They Live, and how it's commentary on society and all, and usual John Carpenter goodness. So, after Roddy Piper unfortunately passed away last summer, I was able to get my hands on this Blu-ray, which I believe just came out. And I got it for a good price and gave it a watch. And I recently watched it again as well. And the first time I watched it, I was blown away by how good it was. And I love the commentary of this about society and, you know, how we're controlled. Well, I guess I should talk about the story. John Nada, played by Roddy Piper, is a drifter looking for a job. And I can't remember what city it is, but he comes into a city and, you know, gets a job in construction. He kind of befriends this construction worker, played by Keith David, and he takes him to this almost like shanty town of these homeless people, but they take care of each other, they feed each other. But he comes across this blind priest who preaches about, you know, how the world really is, and stumbles across a church where he basically comes across this revolution. He's not sure what's going on, but he comes across this pair of sunglasses that show you the truth. Every time he puts this on, he sees what the world really is. That a lot of people who are walking around aren't really people. They're like aliens. And also, they basically control the planet Earth. And like a billboard, an advertisement, when you actually see it, it says like obey or conform and stuff like that. Like they're controlling us. And again, there's that commentary on society about advertisement and celebrities and the news and all that stuff. But eventually, him and Keith David, after they have one of the best fight scenes ever in a film, and I'll get to that, try to fight their way and see if they can show the world what's really happening, the truth. And the first time I watched it, I was blown away. I loved Roddy Piper in it. I loved Keith David. I loved the story. I loved the locations. I loved how the aliens looked. I loved all of it. I watched it again the other day, and I still love the movie. But I noticed there was some weird stuff, mainly with the script. Like, a lot of Roddy Piper's dialogue, it seems like Rowdy just talked, and they put it in the movie. Like... It's stuff that didn't make any sense. A lot of the dialogue is a little off, especially the main female character. Some of her dialogue just doesn't make any sense. But you forgive it. because it's just that John Carpenter 80s goodness. But some of the script was very weak dialogue-wise. It could have been a lot better. But Roddy Piper does a great job. He's very enjoyable in this movie. Keith David is also very enjoyable. That's really the main characters, but all the characters are fine. The side characters, I like the look of the aliens, you know, I like the special effects. The fight scene between Keith David and Roddy Piper in the alleyway is so realistic and so much fun. It's nonsensical, but it's a blast, and it looks great. They work so hard on that fight scene. It's one of my favorite fight scenes ever in film. And the story itself is fun. The ending feels rushed, but not to the point where it's a turnoff. Like, it makes sense, you know? But it does seem like it's only 90 minutes, or a little more 90 minutes. Like, kind of like most John Carpenter movies. They're not the longest movies in the world, which is fine. You know, he cuts them down to what he needs. But I think They Live needed to be a little bit longer. You know, maybe not. I don't know what was left on the cutting room floor. I haven't watched... I don't know if there are deleted scenes or not. Are there? No, they're not. But the movie, you know, it flows really well. The beginning is a little slow, setting up everything. That takes about 20 minutes or so. But once the movie picks up, it's just a lot of fun. And Roddy Piper falls down a lot in the movie. He's very clumsy. He trips. He falls out of a window. Like, the second time I watched it, I was just laughing. I'm like, God damn, this guy has 2 left feet. Like, Roddy, you're a wrestler. You know, I know it's John Nada, but come on, dude. But that was funny. But him and Keith David are fun together. I wish there was more of Keith David. I love the ending of the movie. It's funny. I love what happens. It kind of cuts abruptly, but that makes it even better. And it's good 80s fun. It's like a B movie almost, just a little bit better made. And some of the acting is very B movie-ish. Like, the girl isn't really the greatest. She has really beautiful eyes, striking eyes. But her and Roddy don't really have any chemistry. They kind of push almost a romance between them, and I don't buy it at all. The story is a little convoluted, but it's still good. It's what a movie's supposed to be. It's enjoyable, and you have fun watching They Live. And it's become a huge cult classic, mainly because of what it is. That's John Carpenter, and also because of Roddy Piper. And it's still his best film role to date. I think he even said it was as well. Him and John Carpenter, I wish they would have done more stuff together. But the second time around, I just noticed some stuff that I didn't enjoy as much the first time. Just more inconsistencies. But the movie is a blast. And it's a film that I will watch again and again. And not just because it's John Carpenter, but because it is a fun flick. So They Live, after I've watched it again for this month, I will give it, I'd say, a 3.5 out of 5. I can't give it a 4 because there's so much. Some of the acting's really off. The script is not the strongest. The dialogue sometimes just makes no sense. A little rushed at the end. I wanted more. Maybe that's a good thing, but I think there should have been more. But for what it is, it's not. I don't think it's one of John Carpenter's better movies. But it's kind of one of his most memorable. And it speaks a lot when it comes to society. So it's kind of an important movie. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, like I said, 3.5 out of 5, and that was John Carpenter's They Live. So there you go. That was my review of They Live. Thank you very much. I just realized in the last video I didn't say what I usually say, but that's okay. This was Too Many Movies. I'm Filmholmes. As you can see, I got more movies to watch. I'll have a couple more John Carpenter movies, including 2 that are going to close out Halloween month, October. But I'll also have a couple more as well. So stay tuned. I will see you in the next video. Take care.